Hey, welcome back. Let's learn of a very important and famous algorithm called the depth first search algorithm, otherwise known as DFS, right? I'll teach you it iteratively and I'll also teach you it recursively. So, first and foremost, what is this, right? For anyone who's new here or you forgot some of your CS fundamentals, we use depth first search on graphs, right? So what is a graph? A graph is nothing but nodes, right? These nodes here that connect to other nodes via an edge, okay? So these are edges, and you can also call nodes a vertex, okay? And we can represent them inside of a dictionary that people typically use the naming convention an adjacency list, right? And it makes sense, right? Look at node 1. Who are its neighbors? Node 1 connects to node 2, 5, and 3. Is that correct? Yeah, 2, 5, and 3. Let's look at node 6. Node 6 connects to node 4 and 2. So what is depth first search, okay? So depth first search here, let's use a Robo vacuum cleaner, okay? I think that's a very easy example that everyone's aware of, right? You've used and you've seen a Robo vacuum cleaner. So let's say our Robo vacuum cleaner starts in our house, right? At this coordinate here. Let's just say node 1, okay? And it wants to clean, okay? So notice how Robo vacuum cleaners, they go depth first, right? They pick one path and they go as far as they can until they hit maybe a wall, right? Let's say these are walls, okay? Let's start off our walkthrough example. So our Robo vacuum cleaner starts here at node 1 and it starts to clean to the path of this house here. And then it gets here and says, wait, where else can I clean? Okay, let's clean to 5, okay? So we clean to 5, and now that we've cleaned 5, can we go back and clean 1? We already cleaned it, right? So we're gonna go back to what called node 5, which was node 2, and we're gonna restart our depth traversal, okay? So node 2 then also says, hey, can I clean node 1? Remember, we already cleaned it, right? So now node 2 says, where can I explore? Oh, wait, we haven't explored node 6 yet, this path of the house, okay? So when we get to node 6, we clean that up, and where else can we clean, right? We can clean at node 4. So we go clean at node 4, and now that we're at node 4 doesn't connect to anything besides node 6. And we already cleaned that, right? So what called node 6? Node 2 called it. What called node 2? Oh, node 1 called it, right? So now we finished cleaning all of this here, okay? But what was left though, right? We never cleaned here. So the Robo vacuum cleaner now goes and it cleans, sorry, let me fix that. Okay, so the Robo vacuum cleaner now goes and cleans 3. 3 has nowhere else to clean, and it won't go back and clean 1 because you already cleaned it. So our depth first search traversal is complete, okay? And this path here will keep track of every node that we cleaned so we don't go back and clean again because we're doing extra work, okay? And with that being said, just for your information, the number of degrees in a graph is equal to 2 times the number of edges, okay? And you're like, okay, Westerban, what is a degree? So a degree is simply the number of connections a node has. So let's say node 2, the degree count for node 2 is 3, right? Because it has 1 connection here, 1 connection here, 1 connection here, okay? So if you want the total number of degrees in the entire graph, just count the number of edges. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, multiply it by 2. So that gives us 12. And that is equal to the total number of degrees in our graph, okay? All right. With that being said, let's draw some code so it makes sense, and then we'll do a walkthrough as well, all right? So let's also make this a little bit smaller because our iterative code is going to take up a lot of space. So hopefully you can still read this. I think you can. Okay. And let's just bring that there. I can just delete that for now. All right, cool. So we'll bring this here. Yeah, that's fine. All right, so The data structure we'll use for iterative traversal is a stack, okay? And I'll show you why, because for the iterative traversal, when you use a stack and you pop an O one time from the end, it is effectively allowing you to go down that one path, right? That one deep depth. And it'll make more sense as I draw this up. So first and foremost, let's write our function signature. So we'll say define, we'll say traverse to represent traversing the graph, right? So traverse, and we'll take in a graph, and we'll take in n, where n is the nodes in the graph, okay? All right, cool. And remember how I said we don't want to visit the same path twice? So let's also create a visited tracker here. So we'll say visited is equal to this here, and let's give it some indices as well. So we'll say, yeah, so 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. And we'll start off as marking everything as false, as in we haven't visited there, okay? So F stands for false. So F, F, F here, F here, F here, F here. Okay, cool. Let's represent that in our drawing here. So we said visited is equal to false, but we're gonna make it this size here, right? So we simply just say false times n plus 1, okay? N plus 1, right? Because notice how our nodes start at number 1, it doesn't start at number 0. So this, we won't even worry about this here, okay? All right, cool. So with that being said, let's create our path here. So path is empty, right? Just like that, okay? And let's go ahead and write this here. Okay, so we'll say define. So I'm going to use a nested function for this. So we'll say define DFS, and it's going to take in a node. Okay, and this is gonna take a lot of space. So bear with me here. Okay, I'll make it smaller as I can so it can fit the screen. So we'll say we have a stack, and when we first start off, we're gonna process the node that comes in, right? And we also need to mark it as visited too. So that node will be equal to true, right? When we first start processing, right? So while there is a stack, the current node is equal to stack pop, right? And then we'll say to our path, let's append current, right? Okay. And then we have to check all of its neighbors, right? Through the edges, okay? And we use that with the adjacency list, okay? So graph is just a variable name to represent whatever I pass in. I'm gonna pass an adjacency list, okay? So we're gonna say for neighbor and graph of this current node. And am I running out of room? Just a tad bit. So let's see if we can make these all smaller, okay? All right, and hopefully you guys can still see. Yeah, okay. All right, so for neighbor and graph of that current node, if we haven't visited it, okay, because we don't want to do extra work. If not visited of that neighbor, then we can mark it as visited, okay, is equal to true, right? And then we'll add it to our stack so we can continue processing, okay? All right, and let's make this a tad bit smaller here because there's a little bit of code left that I need to write. All right, and we'll bring these guys all the way up here. Okay, so we need to call a for loop, right? We need to make sure we check each key, each entry inside of our adjacency list, okay? So we'll say for I in range, and make sure you're doing this outside of the inner function, right? So we're gonna say for I in range 1, right? Because this is one based with our indices. We don't start at node 0. 1 to n plus 1. If we haven't visited that node, right, we're gonna go explore. So we'll call DFS on it. And hopefully you guys can still see, yeah. So we'll call DFS on it. So DFS on that node. And then at the very end, we're gonna return the path. So we can see what path, in this case, our Robo vacuum cleaner progress through. And by the way, the reason why we use this for I in range loop is because it's not guaranteed that our graph is connected. So if you don't know what that means, for example, this is an unconnected graph. So if I take this here, okay. Yeah, I can just do that. Okay, so if I do this, technically I have to remove this as well. Okay. This is a unconnected graph, right? Notice how nodes 4 and 6 don't connect with anyone. So because I did this for I in range loop, it would work as a traversal here because we guarantee we're going to eventually get to this 4 and the 6, right? But because this is connected though, I technically could just call our algorithm, right, on just any of these nodes, right? Because since they're connected, they'd eventually reach everywhere, right? Okay, so just remember that, okay? This is the correct approach for unconnected components, unconnected graphs. If they're connected, you could technically just choose one node and traverse fully, but this is usually the standard template, okay? All right, so with that being said, let's go ahead and do a walkthrough, okay? All right, cool. So we start off with our stack. So let's create our stack here. So we'll say stack, looks like this. And we already have visited, right? Okay, and then we call, and then so for I in range 1 to n plus 1, if not visited of I, so we're gonna start 1, right? We're gonna call DFS, okay? So stack, we'll take this in, okay? And we're gonna mark it as visited. So this becomes true, right? Ooh, a little messy, so let's say this becomes true. Cool. We just did that right there. Okay, so then while stack, is there a stack? Yes, there is. So current is equal to stack.pop. So this gets popped off, and we're gonna append it to the path. So we go here. And then for neighbor and graph of current, so for neighbor and this guy, it has 2, 5, and 3. If not visited, 2, 5, and 3 are not visited, we're gonna go ahead and mark them as visited, and then we're gonna add them to our stack, okay? So 2, 5, and 3, 2, 5, and 3, okay? And like I mentioned, we're gonna mark them as visited, so 2, 5, and 3. So visited should be a false, and then visited here, okay? Cool. So then we're back inside of this while loop, right? And then we're gonna pop, so this guy gets popped off, right? We're gonna append it to the path. We're gonna check its neighbors. So it has 1, okay? But look how 1 has been visited. So we won't do anything, okay? It's already, 1 has already been visited, it's marked as true, okay? So then we do this guy, 5, it gets popped off. Let's make this path a little bit bigger, okay? And let's check its neighbors, okay? Has 2 been visited? Yes. Has 1 been visited? Yes. So there's nothing to do there, okay? So then we do this, pop this guy off, add it to the path, right? And then we mark, oh, we already marked it as true, sorry. We check its neighbors. So it has 1, 5, but notice how 1 has been visited, 5 has been visited, but 6 hasn't been visited. Okay, cool. So we're gonna mark it as visited, and then we're gonna append it to the stack, right? Cool. All right, back inside the while loop here, okay? So we're gonna ask ourselves, or not ask ourselves, we're gonna pop this off the stack. We're gonna append it to the path. We're almost done here, by the way, okay? And we're gonna ask its neighbors, have you been visited? I have been visited, right? True. Have you been visited? No, I haven't. So we're gonna mark it as true, right? And then we're gonna append it to our stack here. So this comes here, back inside the loop, right? We're gonna pop it off, put it to path, okay? And we're gonna check its neighbors. Have you been visited? Yeah, I have, okay. And that's it. Like, look at this path here. So we can try it out. So if we start here, 1 goes to 3, can't go any further, goes to 5, then it goes to 2, then it goes to 6, then it goes to 4, and we're done, okay? With that being said, the time complexity here, so we'll say, so the time is big O of V plus E, where V is equal to, remember all the vertices, and E is equal to all the edges, okay? And in terms of our space here, so our space will be equal to O of V, right? Because our path here that we're turning, notice how it's equal to the size of the graph, okay? So space is big O of V, all right? With that being said, thank you for liking, or whatever platform you're on, sorry. Please consider liking, commenting, subscribing. And in the next video, I'll show you how to do depth first search using recursion, okay?